Hi, my little students. How are you today? I have another social story for you, and this one is on being flexible. This is the ultimate test for all of us, isn't it? Being at home and not being at school and being with your family all the time. This is the ultimate test in flexibility. Wouldn't you agree? So I wrote a social story about it by myself without you, which of course you know I don't really love. I love to be with you, and you give me the words, but we're going to be flexible in writing a social story about flexibility. How about that? So, in cell number 1, I wrote, while we are at home, our school jobs are so different. Our teachers send lessons to our parents, and we do the work at home. And maybe this is what Dad says. This is what your teacher said. And the little girl says, but this isn't how we do it. Uh-oh. You know how when you have a substitute, it's kind of like that. You have a substitute at school, and the substitute tries to do everything the same way that the teacher normally does, but it's never the same. And kids will say things like, that's not what our teacher does. That's not what our teacher says. That's not how we do it, right? So this right now is the ultimate challenge in flexibility. Cell number 2. We have to be flexible and do our learning jobs the way our parents tell us, even if it's different from how we normally do it. So there are the kids sitting at the table, and one says, this isn't how my teacher does it. And the other one says, I'm going to be flexible. I'll just do it with a little Nike swoosh. I'll just do it. That's really the best way we can all stay calm and handle it and still learn and be happy, right? We have to be flexible in this situation. This is so unusual, isn't it? It's so unusual. Cell number 3. Your parents will be working at home too. This isn't how it usually goes. This will require big flexibility. So here the boy says, Mom, can you play with me? And Mom says, maybe later, I have work to do. And he's going to have to be flexible about waiting. Whoa, it stinks. And Mom, guess what? Mom has to be flexible too, because I would guess Mom would really rather be playing with you than sitting at the table and doing work. That's my guess. So we all have to be flexible. We do, parents do, everybody does. Here's cell number 4. Being flexible is sometimes easy and sometimes hard. When it's hard, we remind ourselves and each other, we can do this. Here are some strategies you already know. Breathe deeply. You know, because I did that in one of my other videos, and we do it in class all the time. We take a very deep breath in. Hold it at the top for a few seconds. And then blow out slowly. If you do that 3 or 4 times, it helps the vagus nerve in here, in your chest area, soothe all the other nerves in your body. And you know, I repeat myself all the time with this. This is how we stay flexible. Ask for help. If you're feeling like you really can't be that flexible and you feel like you're going to get a little cranky about it, you can always say, I need a little help with this. This is not how I normally do it. I don't like this. Can you help me? Probably Mom or Dad, maybe even an older brother or sister, will help you if you say it like that. Self-talk. One of my favorites. We can remind ourselves. All the time we can remind ourselves, it's all right, I can do this. I can be flexible. I am flexible. Talk to each other. Everybody in your house is probably feeling very, very similar things at different times, right? Maybe mom's frustrated and you feel fine, or maybe you feel frustrated and mom feels fine. But at some point, we're all feeling frustrated and a little cranky, but we can do it. This is temporary. It's not going to last forever. Who knows how long it's going to go, but we can be flexible. And we have to be flexible with each other, and especially with these lessons that your teachers are sending for your mom and dad to do with you. You know it's not going to be the same, right? It's not, and it's okay. It doesn't have to be the same. Really, you just need to do your very best, do your very, very best, and talk to each other about what you're doing. Compromise. Do you remember what the definition of compromise is? I bet you do. We've talked about this a lot too. Let's say I say to you, I want to go for a bike ride, and you want to play a video game, a two-player video game. What are we going to do? I want to go outside and ride a bike. You want to stay inside and play a two-player video game. What would be a way to compromise? Maybe I do what I want for a little bit and you go with me, and then we do a little bit of what you want and I play the game with you. Each person gets what they want, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's a compromise. Compromise is a very big piece of being flexible. You could also compromise with maybe where you do your schoolwork. Maybe you usually do your homework in your room at your desk, but maybe you're going to do your schoolwork now at the dining room table. That's being flexible. That's totally okay. I'm doing my social stories in different places depending on what's going on in my house. Right now, Mr. Selman's using the family room, so I said to myself in my head, I can be flexible. I'll do my social stories out on the deck. Isn't it kind of pretty? I get to be outside. You see my bird feeder right here? The trees? So being flexible is key, really key. Here is your assignment. I want you to make a list of 3 things that are very different right now, very different. Different from our normal school schedule. And I want you to tell me how it feels to be flexible about it. For example, here's something that I really kind of like. I usually have to get up very, very early to come to work, and now I can get up and come downstairs and go to work. There's no commute. That's not being flexible, really, right? Because it's super easy. But here's another thing that I have to be flexible about. My little coworkers, my dogs, Lucy and Hoagie, they're very, very needy, and they want my attention all the time, and they bark a lot. So I have to be flexible about it because they're not used to me being home all the time. So I just have to be patient with them. And I can do it. I can do it. I miss you guys. I miss you very much. And I'm going to send you a video of a book I read. I'll be doing that later in the week. And it's not an assignment, it's just for fun. It's a book I really like, and I hope you like it too. And then next week I'll send you another social story. All right, I miss you guys. Do your best to be flexible. Bye.